So at the end of the previous lecture, this is where we stopped the previous lecture, and I had emphasized that in the interval from k minus 1 TB to k plus 1 TB with k even, the in phase part of the signal remains unchanged. So the in phase part of the signal remains the same from the interval k minus 1 TB to k TB as well as k TB to k plus 1 TB. So that's where we stopped the previous video, the lecture. Now we move on to the interval k plus 1 TB to k plus 2 TB. So I will show it here itself. So because I have to make a comparison later. So k plus 1 TB to k plus 2 TB. So now we concentrate in this interval, and in this interval the signal will be, probably I can write here itself. So in this interval the signal will be root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FC plus BK plus 1 by 4 TB. So BK plus 1 now becomes the bit which is transmitted in the interval k plus 1 TB to k plus 2 TB, and it could be 1 or minus 1. If it is 1, you know what happens, the phase increases, and if it is minus 1, that is bit 0 is represented by minus 1 and the phase decreases. So the signal is delayed by k plus 1 TB because the interval starts at k plus 1 TB. All these things are relevant. We have discussed in the previous two cases. And of course, the phase continuity is taken care of theta k plus 1 TB. This is the phase at which the transmitted signal in the interval k TB to k plus 1 TB ended, and the signal in the interval k plus 1 TB to k plus 2 TB should have this phase to maintain phase continuity. This was also explained. Now we can expand it as we did earlier. We can expand this as we did earlier, and I will write the result here because the expansion has been done in the previous two cases. The steps have been explained in the previous two cases. So you should be able to do it now on your own. So first thing is we open this up, and then since k plus 1 TB FC is integer times 1 by TB into k plus 1 TB results in 2 pi into an integer, which we can leave 2 pi into an integer, which we take it as 0. It's 0 mod the 2 pi and all those things. So if you expand this, and you will see that the result will be minus root 2 EB by TB. So I am writing the result straight away. I am skipping a few steps because the steps are similar to what we did earlier, into BK plus 1 cos pi T by 2 TB into T minus k plus 1 TB I am sorry, this is cos pi t by 2 TB, or rather cos pi by 2TB into T minus KTB. So remember, bk plus 1 comes out. In fact, it will be sine bk plus 1 into something. So we convert that into cos because of the fact that when you expand that sine term, and I've skipped that step, you can do it. It's a simple trigonometric, it's simple manipulation there. So when you manipulate that sine, because of the phase shift pi by 2, which it has in it, you get the term as cosine, and bk plus 1 comes out because as you know, sine plus theta is sine theta and sine minus theta is minus sine theta, of course, and then this gets multiplied by sine theta k plus 1 TB. Theta k plus 1 TB minus root 2 EB by TB sine 2 pi FCT into sine pi by 2 TB into T minus KTB multiplied by sine theta k plus 1 TB. So this is what we get when we have this in the interval k plus 1 TB to k plus 2 TB. Expand this and you will end up getting this. Now what we do is we note that so I will write it somewhere here. We note that theta k plus 1 TB is equal to theta k TB plus bk by bk pi by 2. We note that theta k plus 1 TB is theta k TB plus bk pi by 2, which means that theta k TB will be theta k plus 1 TB minus bk pi by 2. Now that theta k TB we will now substitute in this interval. We have theta k TB here, so we will substitute this theta k TB in the sense theta k TB is theta k plus 1 TB minus bk pi by 2. We will substitute it here, and when we do that, so in place of theta k TB I am going to write theta k plus 1 TB minus bk pi by 2. So you can put TB here, compensate it with a TB here, and include it in this. You will, when you do that, and then when you do that, in fact, when you do that, you will see that this and this will be the same, except for the fact that, because again I am not repeating the steps on the board because we did this in the previous case. So when you include this within the brackets, when you bring it within the brackets, you will see that these two will be the same, except for the fact that bk plus 1 here is replaced by, or bk plus 1 is there in this interval, whereas in this interval it is bk. Otherwise the two signals will be the same. You can see that. Now this means that this expression can now be replaced with this except for the fact that in place of bk plus 1 we should have bk. So it means that, so I repeat why it so happened. We have replaced theta ktb with this. We can include this into this, and then we see that this as well as this are the same, except for the fact that here we have bk plus 1, here we have bk, and that means that this can be replaced, because this is an expansion of this. This can be replaced by this by removing or replacing bk plus 1 with bk. So when I do that, when I do that, I get the result as minus root 2eb by tb cos 2 pi fct. Instead of bk plus 1, I have bk cos pi by 2tb t minus ktb sin theta k plus 1 tb minus root 2eb by tb, the same thing, sin 2 pi fct sin pi by 2 tb t minus ktb sin theta k plus 1 tb. And now, just as we saw earlier that in the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb, the in phase part of the signal was unchanged, we see here that in the interval ktb to k plus 2 tb, the quadrature component or the quadrature part of the signal is unchanged. So the quadrature part of the signal remains the same from ktb to k plus 1 tb as well as k plus 1 tb to k plus 2 tb. So this holds the key in detecting the minimum shift keyed MSK signal. So now what we do is we will define two basis functions which are orthonormal. The first one is that we'll define now two basis functions. Based on this discussion, we can define two basis functions. The first one is, of course, phi 1t equal to square root of 2 by tb cos 2 pi fct cos pi by 2 tb t minus ktb. In the interval defined in the interval, of course, k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb, and the second basis function is root of 2 by tb sin 2 pi fct sin pi by 2 tb t minus ktb, and this one is in the interval ktb to k plus 2 tb. So the first basis function is phi 1t, which is in the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb. Second basis function is this, which is in the interval ktb to k plus 2 tb, and you can observe that these two basis functions are defined over a duration of 2 bit durations, signaling intervals. So k is we have taken k as even. So if you look at this, if you take k as 0, you will get minus tb to tb, that is 2-bit intervals, and this becomes 0 to 2tb, 2-bit intervals, but offset by tb. Now with these two basis functions, with the help of these two basis functions, we can write, and I leave it to you as an exercise because I don't want to drag this on and on and on, this discussion. You can verify that whether the energy of these two is unity, and you can also verify the fact that, you have to do this because I don't want to work it out on the board here. You have to also verify whether this as well as you have to verify this. So 5-1t into 5-2t in this interval as well as 5-1t into 5-2t in this interval is 0. Note it down clearly. And the energy, that is integral of phi1 square in the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb is 1. Integral of phi2 square in the interval k tb to k plus 2 tb is 1. So you have to verify this. Okay, now with this we can write the signal in the interval, or rather we can write the signals which we had encountered so far as equal to root EB cos theta KTB phi 1t minus, so maybe this root EB I can take common, minus B k minus 1 cos theta KTB phi 2t in the interval k minus 1 tb to k tb, and root EB cos theta KTB phi 1t minus bk cos theta KTB phi 2t in the interval KTB k plus 1 tb. This is the same as what we arrived at the end of the previous lecture, but I am now expressing it in terms of the basis functions which I have here expressed to, I have written over here. Now if this is the signal which you have received over two signaling intervals starting from k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb. Remember, k is taken as even. This is what you receive over two signaling intervals, and you see that the in phase part is unchanged, it remains the same. The only change is here in the numerical sign, because bk and bk minus 1 need not be of the same numerical sign. They can also be the same numerical sign if the transmitted bit happens to be the same in the two intervals. Anyhow, now if this what you have received in the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb is multiplied, if you multiply this with phi 1t, if you multiply this with phi 1t and integrate over this interval, what happens is this part will give you root EB cos theta KTB, because of the fact that phi 1 t has unit energy. You are multiplying this whole thing with phi 1 t and integrating. So you will end up multiplying this with phi 1 t, phi 1 square, phi 1 square. The whole thing is integrated from k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb. The result will be root of EB cos theta ktb. Now when it comes to this side, phi 1t into phi 2t, if you integrate from k minus 1 to ktb, the result will be 0. And similarly, phi 2t into phi 1t, if you integrate from ktb to k plus 1 tb, the result will be 0. Which means that if you multiply the received signal from the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb with phi 1t as it is here, and integrate from the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb, you will get this as the result. And from this, it is possible to find out what is theta ktb. It is possible to find out what is theta ktb. Now next, what we do is, we see that the signal in the interval ktb to k plus 2 tb can be expressed as minus root EB. This is what we discussed just now, the beginning of today's lecture, the first half. Minus root EB sine theta k plus 1 tb into bk phi 1t plus phi 2t in the interval ktb to k plus 1 tb, in the interval ktb to k plus 1 tb. In fact, you can even confirm whether, because this is the signal in the interval ktb to k plus 1 tb, this is also the signal in the interval ktb to k plus 1 tb. The two have to be the same, they are only expressed in a different way. You can confirm that. Again, that is left as an exercise, because I cannot go into the details of each and every step, because this is a bit of a lengthy discussion. And we can write in the next interval, next signaling interval, the signal as equal to minus root EB sine theta k plus 1 tb into bk plus 1 phi 1t plus phi 2t in the interval k plus 1 tb to k plus 2 tb, k even. Now if this, so remember this, in the interval k minus 1 tb to k plus 1 tb, we multiplied with phi 1t and integrated in that duration. We got this as the result. Now if we multiply this, the interval ktb to k plus 2 tb, if we multiply this with phi 2t and integrate in this interval, exactly due to the same reasons which are applicable here, that is, you are multiplying this with phi 2t, this will vanish, multiplying phi 2t and integrate, of course this will vanish, multiply this with phi 2t and integrate, will get the result as 1. So when you perform this, your result is going to be, you will get minus root EB sine theta k plus 1 tb. Now from this you can find out what is theta k plus 1 tb. So we get theta k tb from this, we get theta k plus 1 tb from this. Now once we get this, since, so remember theta k plus 1 tb we got here, theta KTB we got here. Once we get it from the relation we can easily determine what is Bk, and hence we can detect the bit Bk which was transmitted in the interval KTB to K plus 1 TB. And subsequently for the next, to detect Bk plus 1, we have to concentrate on integrating the signal, because to get Bk plus 1 we need to use the idea theta k plus 2 Tb is theta k plus 1 Tb plus Bk plus 1. Theta k plus 1 is already known, so theta k plus 2 we should know. So to know theta k plus 2, we have to consider the signal in the interval k plus 1 Tb to k plus 3 Tb. You can easily verify that. So you have to consider the signal in the interval k plus 1 Tb to k plus 3 Tb and multiply this with the first basis function and integrate in this interval. That will give us Bk plus 1. Similarly, signal in the interval k plus 2 Tb to k plus 4 Tb is to be multiplied by phi 2 and integrate over the interval k plus 2 to k plus 4 Tb to get theta k plus 3. So the process can continue like this, and we can get, anyhow we got Bk now, we can get Bk plus 1, we can get Bk plus 2, and so on and so forth. Now the only question that I am leaving to you is, you have to find out, when we go for this interval and multiply with the first basis function, should we delay the basis function correspondingly? That is a task for you. Should there be any changes made in the basis function, especially in the cos pi by 2 Tb T minus KTB, especially in that cos part, cos pi by 2 Tb T minus KTB, should we bring any change? Should we delay it correspondingly? That is a task for you, because as I said, I cannot keep on discussing everything here. Similarly, when you consider the interval k plus 2 Tb to k plus 4 Tb to get theta k plus 3 Tb, should we delay the basis function phi 2t, especially the sine pi by 2 Tb T minus KTB part of it? Should that be delayed? That you find out. That is, or is it enough if we simply use the same phi 1t and phi 2t which we had, or should we delay phi 1t and phi 2t correspondingly when we move on to detect theta k plus 2? That is the task left to you. So you can, if you want, you can listen to what I said just now again by playing it again, and then that is a task for you. You have to find that out. So once we have, so in this video we have discussed how to get these bits, and in the next video we will discuss the signal space and the constellation. Of course, we know by this time it will be two-dimensional because there are two basis functions. It will be a two-dimensional signal space, and with the help of the signal space and the constellation, we can arrive at the symbol error rate and the bit error rate of minimum shift keying. So with this I end this lecture. We'll continue in the next lecture.